Hello and welcome to the Limerick School of Art and Design Grad Show of 2020. You're very welcome along to the Graduate Show of 2020 here at Limerick School of Art and Design in Limerick. Now, normally on a June bank holiday weekend, the college would open up to students, family, friends and staff to celebrate the Graduate Show. Unfortunately this year, due to COVID-19 restrictions, that can't happen, but nonetheless it's as an important event on the LSAD calendar as any other year. The only difference is, instead of coming in here walking around and climbing endless amount of stairs to view the show, you can do it from the luxury of your own home if you visit the www.lsadgraduate.ie website. There all the artists and students' work is on show. The only downside is you have to supply your own glass of wine. So here's a few words from the President of Limerick Institute of Technology, Vincent Cunningham. Wash your hands.
Welcome to the LSAD Graduate Showcase of 2020. It's a very special time for our graduates and we wish them all the very best as they leave LSAD and LIT. This is the 6th edition of our LSAT Graduate Showcase online and there's a wealth of work already in the archives. This latest edition, of course, has been brought together under exceptional circumstances. The exceptional circumstances the country and the world is experiencing through COVID-19 has meant many changes, many differences for both our staff and our students and our population as a whole. It's been a very difficult time for some of our staff and students. But through all of this, the indomitable spirit of LSAD and LIT has shone through. We have 228 highly talented people leaving LSAD and LIT at this juncture. Their work, their digital formats and their physical formats are being captured. You will see it all in what follows. These are students who have come through the most difficult of times. They've been focused. They've been guided by staff who have taken every precaution to make sure their students were able to achieve their goals. You will see the many talents on view as you move through this archive and this digital format. We hope that you will appreciate what has happened and what is happening here. These students will now be out and leave LSAD, but they are prepared for that world, the world of work. It's a different world of work. It's a world of work that we in the higher education sector are ensuring that we prepare our graduates for the new normal. But that's the spirit of LSAD and LIT. We wish them all the very best as they move through. The staff, of course, who have guided them will still be with us. And we wish them and thank them for all their efforts during this period and difficult times. The close links of LSAD to the city of Limerick, and indeed for Clonmel in Tipperary, these close links you will see throughout the course of this edition. They do say that LSAD is the beating heart of Limerick City. It's certainly the artistic hub, and you are always most welcome to visit LSAD in Clare Street. So we wish you all the very best as you move through. Of course, we thank everybody associated with this. It's been a magnificent achievement to get to this point in very extenuating circumstances. Digital is the new format, the way we capture it, it's there forever. But the talent and the perspiration, as well as everything else that's gone into the making of this, I think is truly reflected in this edition. So we thank the graduates, the 228 graduates of 2020. Wish them all the very best as they leave us. But they leave their mark on LSAD, they leave their mark on LIT. They're about to make their mark on the world. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Thank you, Vincent. Next to a man who wants to say a few words to the students, and it's a man who also taught me when I was a student here back in 1986, and he still maintains he's younger than me. The Dean of Limerick School of Art and Design, Mike Fitzpatrick.
I'm sitting in the painting studio and I just love that smell. I love the smell of the brushes, the paint. I love the school. And I suppose what we're doing today is we're launching the LSADgraduates.ie website. It's an amazing archive. This is the 6th year we're doing it, but this year is a very special year because it's really important because the graduates' work are on the site. And over the next few minutes, you can join that site and begin to explore the work. So it's a really exciting moment for us. And this time around, all the students had to go online, and they did it in a way that was fantastic. They exceeded all our expectations in their ability to transcend the situation and to think their way through it and create really exciting conceptual work. You can, when you go on the site, you'll be able to explore it. You'll be able to see over 200 graduates and also the previous years. So it's a really good archive. And for us, it's a moment for our students to shine. And this year, because physically people aren't visiting the show on the 30th of May, the normal kind of thing, the June bank holiday, it's different. It's very special. But in a sense, it's also going to be very special long term because this work stays up. And sometimes you look back at other people's work a couple of years down the way and it's very exciting. It's very exciting to see the work. I invite you to actually explore the site. I invite you to look at the work. And also, in the past or every other year, people buy a load of work for their grad show. So you can do that as well. You can do it online. So it's very simple. It's lsadgraduates.ie. Just come on and also tell your friends about it. It's an amazing day. I'm sure the everybody watching today is either an art lover, a graduate, a family member, or just somebody who always turns up on the bank holiday to see the show in LSAD. This time we're virtual, but we're real. And I must say that the feedback from the staff about the work that's been engaged in is really phenomenal. We're really excited about that. And the fact that we've managed to achieve that, or rather you, the graduates, have achieved that, is very special to us. It's very special because we know that when you go out into the world, that you can connect maybe even stronger now and maybe have more desire to connect because there's been this kind of moment of pause, moment of reflection over the last 10 weeks. So you've thought about what you're doing in a different way. And in terms of society, creatives actually make the world kind of go around. And being a creative is a very enjoyable but incredibly challenging role. And I invite the people who are watching this to engage with these young graduates. They're amazing. And some of them are young in spirit rather than age, because we have a very diverse group from literally all over the world. And now I suppose they go out into the world, and as with many of our alumni, they do fantastic jobs across all sorts of media, design, fine art, fashion, film, photography, a whole range of tasks. And these bunch of graduates are excellent. And even though this barrier of the COVID has been a blockage, but it's a kind of a release. It's a release of the thinking in another way. So the main thing I want you to do is go on the site, lsadgraduates.ie, look at it, comment, tell us what you think. We'd really like to hear on Facebook what you're thinking. And by the way, have a great day. It's bank holiday.
The Limerick School of Art and Design has a long history of excellence with famous graduates including artists John Shinners, Sean Lynch, Donald Teskey, Diana Copperwhite, Anne Ryan and many, many more. Its students have won many national and international awards, and it enjoys an excellent reputation for its undergraduate and postgraduate programmes. This reputation is enhanced by its teaching staff, many of them acclaimed artists and designers. With almost 1,000 students across its campuses in Limerick, Tipperary and Clare, Limerick School of Art and Design is a busy, active hub of creativity, running a constant stream of exhibitions, events, talks, seminars and conferences. A vastly different college to the one I knew when I enrolled in 1986. Yet the graduate show was equally as important, so much so that the national broadcaster, RTE, felt it was worthy of a news item.
The diploma exhibition features the work of graduating students, of whom there are 50 this year. It's generally regarded as the highlight of the academic year and provides the public with an insight into one of the city's lesser-known colleges.
The excitement of the Grad show that year had the students quite literally dancing on the roof. The more health and safety conscious of the models seem less enthusiastic about putting themselves in harm's way. And why wouldn't they? Ah, that's more like it. Back in terra firma.
Since 1852, Limerick School of Art and Design has been a creative laboratory for art and design in the Limerick region. Today marks an important day in the cycle of Limerick School of Art and Design, where students who over the past 4 years have used Limerick School of Art and Design to excel in their creative work, launch their website, launch their graduate show, and show to the world what they have been working on for the past 4 years. It marks a transition from them becoming Limerick School of Art and Design students to Limerick School of Art and Design graduates. They're about to embark on a journey all over the world and become global ambassadors for Limerick School of Art and Design. The website being launched today showcases work from the departments of Design, Fine Art and Media, and contains work from undergraduate students across 14 different undergraduate programs, from students who have been based in Clare Street, in Moylish, and on the Clonmel campuses of LSAD. We'd like to acknowledge the massive effort that has been inputted by staff over the past 4 years across lecturing staff, technicians, administration staff, who have made Limerick School of Art and Design the creative laboratory that it is, and have provided an environment for our students and now our graduates to embark onto this world stage. In the autumn, the students will receive their parchments and become graduates of Limerick School of Art and Design. But today is a day that is equally as important because it launches the work that they've invested the past 4 years of their lives into. So we want the students to take a bow, reflect on your 4 years, and bask in the glory of the work that you have created here in Limerick School of Art and Design. But first, take a bow and savour this special moment as a collective body of students who have shared the magic here in LSAD. We wish you well.
Welcome to our graduating class of 2020. It's always a special moment. I think it's a bit of an extra special one this year though. First of all, congratulations. Congratulations to you all who've worked so hard and achieved so brilliantly and who've completed courses during a really difficult time. Because I don't think we can really make these messages without actually acknowledging the situation that we find ourselves in. Here in Ireland, we're 2.5 months into lockdown, and let me tell you, creativity has never, ever been so warmly welcomed. Because when we think about how we're living now, how we're kind of bringing some measure of sanity into our lives, the arts are playing such an important role. Whether it's the TV and films that we're consuming, the books that we're reading, the online galleries that we're visiting, the computer games we're playing. And really, this is going to be all down to your efforts now and into the future. This kind of creativity that's going to sustain us and that's going to help us through these times. So I'd like to thank you all from BA, BSc, right up to PhD, for all of your efforts and all of your hard work. And I think it's time to reflect on the place that you're going to play in society, because you're at this really liminal time now. We're on the cusp of your showcase and you're at the cusp of stepping into your professional careers. We need educators now who are agile, who are adaptable, who are flexible. We need designers who respond intimately to human needs going forward. And we need fine artists to express and to articulate our own concerns and inquiries. As I said, I salute all of you, but I want to talk especially about the fine artists among you in my own department. And I think really fine art's uniquely placed at present, because if we look across the globe, we find that fine art has moved far beyond the discourse of aesthetics. It's direct, it's immediate, it's all about the human condition. And I think it has this unique kind of role to play within our society at present. For the last 4 years, you've spent your time honing your skills, developing your craft. You've connected very deeply with themes that resonate with yourself, and you've brought them now into a new and more universal dimension. And this is vital, because fine art doesn't stand alone. Fine art intermingles effortlessly now with medicine, with science, social studies, with all kinds of different fields. It inspires, it illuminates, it explains, but it expresses. And it expresses questions, I suppose, about who we are, about what we do, about the potential for society and what it can become. So your voices are important. And today, with your graduate showcase, your voices are going to reach further than ever before, because this digital platform is going to allow people from around the globe to hear those voices. So, I guess, think big, dream large, and use your voice, because the world's listening and it's never needed it more.
So, this year, the graduating class of 2020 from the fashion design course participated in much sought after work placements throughout the world. They were in Malaysia with really fantastically innovative designers. They were with The Row in New York. They went to Marina Ponza in Barcelona, and in Ireland they were much supported by Primark, Deborah Veal, Natalie B. Coleman, and really I suppose the reason why they're being so much sought after is their skill set, which is really, really important. Our alumni has been very supportive of them also. We really want to applaud them on this exceptional year, the year of 2020 graduates. I think it's really important to acknowledge the hard work, the determination, and also the inspiration that they gave to all of the staff during this time. They also had a wonderful sense of humour and made something that really was challenging. They really made it their own. So this year, the students' inspiration was really varied and quite personal. Sustainability was huge. It really is a very important part of their world, which is really important for all our worlds. They were inspired from children's drawings, from sustainability, wind farms, and some lovely personal historical stories relating to their families. I think it's very important to remember the quote from Paul Smith, that wonderful stories happen all around us every day. And I think for this class of 2020, this is their wonderful story. We just want to wish you all the very best. We are so proud of you, and we know you've done a wonderful, wonderful 3 years here at LSAD. We support you throughout your career, we're here for you, and we just want you to know that we are so proud that you're going to carry the reputation, the skill set and the family of the LSAD College with you throughout your career.
Ordinarily, you'd come to a studio like this to view the grad students' work. But this year, just to remind you, you can view the work on www.lsadgraduates.ie. But we were lucky enough earlier on today to catch up with some of the grad students from 2020 and chat to them about their work.
Hi, my name's Sinead and I'm the Student Union President here in LSAD, and I'm going to say congratulations to all the graduates for putting in their work to the showcase. This year I helped a lot with putting up the work for the showcase, so I had to go through all the files and get them ready to go on and get them uploaded. There's about over 200 students, so there was a lot of work involved, and we put together a really good campaign for the students because this was their time to have their impact on the art world and kind of showcase what they've been doing for the last 4 years here in LSAD. This year we have 16 different courses showcasing on the graduate website, and we have brought in courses from LIT, music tech and creative broadcasting, and this is the first year that this is happening. Last year on the graduate website we had Clonmel introduced into the LSAD website, and so now this year it's a bigger show than ever before on www.lsadgraduates.ie. I just want to say a big congratulations to all the graduates this year. They've put in so much work, each and every one of you, and I'm so proud of you. I just want to say a big thank you as well from the design team, Emmett Ryan and Natasha Duffy and myself, who worked very hard to get this done and ready for the 30th. And I would like to thank all the class reps that helped out in getting the showcase images and files off the students. We'll all party on Zoom later, so come along.
My name is Farouk Alau. I am a graduate of Graphic Design Communication in 2020. This year has been an extremely special year for me, obviously being my final year, as well as considering everything that's gone on as well towards the end of the year, unfortunately. It's still been a very memorable year in many positive ways for me. It's been a challenging, but like I said, a memorable year for good reasons as well. For me personally, my work towards the end of the year revolved around sort of social change and sort of social betterment and creating infrastructure for culture and arts to develop in Ireland. And that was sort of one of the key points that my final project was trying to address. Empty Canvas is looking at developing empty spaces into homes of creativity. And I wouldn't have been able to get the project to the stage that I got it to towards the end of the year without the help of all my tutors and their advice, and then the online tutorials as well. But at the same time as well is also sort of being able to talk back to all my fellow students as well and classmates, and sort of just realizing that we're all in the same position, and it made things a lot easier and approachable for me anyway. So I'll just end by saying well done to everyone this year. I'm putting in a great effort towards the end, and best of luck to everyone sort of moving forward. And a huge thanks as well to Nix and everyone involved in the production of setting up the website and getting that ready to go for us to enjoy today.
Hello, my name is Shabail. I am a photography, film and video now graduate. So I guess for our course in particular, we've had a lot of limitations because of the pandemic. So we kind of have had to make work within the confines of our house, which is difficult if you're a filmmaker or a photographer to kind of be stuck to one location. So yeah, we've tried to turn it into a positive situation and make work responding to the events going on at the moment. So my work in particular is all analog based, so it's about Creating constructed rituals as a means of healing the mind and body and reconnecting with nature. And it's about kind of building a relationship with nature, which can then help you build a relationship with yourself. And it's kind of my personal journey through that. So yeah, I've had to turn my house into a little mini dark room. Like all of us have had to kind of do what we can to continue making work, but we've all kind of tried to turn it into positive, and yeah, we're excited for you all to see the work. Yeah, and I guess the last thing to say is a huge thank you to all of our lecturers who have continued teaching us throughout all of this. All of our work is available for viewing at www.lsadgraduates.ie under the photography, film and video section.
Hi guys, my name is Lara Grafferty. I just graduated from Print Contemporary Practice here in LSAD. I suppose to tell you a bit about my work, what I do or what I like to do is amalgamate pieces from stories about my family, so my grandmother, my mother and my sister, and mix that with Irish folklore, and then that gets outputted through screen printing and monoprinting. The last 9 weeks I've spent making work in my back garden, so I took a couple of my screens home and I've been working that way, very experimentally to say the least. So if you want to see more of my work and more of the rest of Print Contemporary Practice graduates' work, head over to www.lsadgraduates.ie.
Hi, my name is Cyan. I'm from the painting department in LSAD, and I'm just going to talk you through my work for a while. I'm interested in how the artist and center interact in a life painting setup, and how those interactions of light, of space, of time, smell, sight, sound, all of those things go into a painting. So I've been working on a piece that is a performance that is meant to combine photography and painting together and sort of reveal some of the magic of that combination. So I use analog photography, I use a camera obscura in my work. The camera obscura is a viewing device that was used by artists throughout art history, such as Vermeer, Rembrandt. Many artists used the camera obscura to try and blur what they were seeing, and it was used as a tool to paint. The way I use it is as a way of displaying how painting can interact with photography, especially analog photography, and really reveal that magic of seeing. So if you'd like to see my work and the work of my other fellow painters, go on to lsadgraduates.ie and look us up under painting.
Hi, my name is Pat Freely and I'm from the animation course in LSAD. My work is a bit all over the place. I work on numerous projects and different types of animation. There's stop motion, there's 2D animation, there's 3D animation. My own work is based really with film footage and footage that I took myself over the course of the awful lockdown that's currently happening. I filmed around my hometown in Ballyhonus, County Mayo, and I augmented that footage using kind of visual effects to turn it into what you might call a computer simulation. At least that's what I'm calling it. Over the course of the year, we've worked on maybe 3 or 4 projects, with the main focus in the second semester being on our final year project, which is the main one that you'll see on the LSAD graduates page. Once the lockdown happened and the college closed, the process of work became much more difficult and a lot more distant than we would be used to in our course. Usually we're quite close-knit, there's a group of about 20 of us, and we tend to kind of show each other our work as we're making it and ask for a bit of feedback here and there. Very kind of collaborative really in the way that we build our projects. Once we were separated and we were communicating via Zoom meetings or maybe text, things got a lot more difficult, but it did bring us together in a very unique kind of way to help get the projects across the line. So yeah, if you want to see our work, go on to lsadgraduates.ie and look under animation.
We have just been so impressed with our students so far in terms of everything they've achieved. Really, they had to set to work and create a very different kind of, I suppose, experience for themselves in terms of their creative process over the last couple of months. We've been using things like Zoom and Microsoft Teams, FaceTime, everything really that worked for students individually. We've seen some fantastic things come through and just some great ingenuity and creativity in the way that students went about and dealt with their situations. We had, I suppose in many cases, we were taken on a journey by students into their homes and kind of into their lives really through this process over a number of weeks. We've had students working in a disused house where they've made installations and photographed them. We've had other students, we've had the McSweeney twins turn their parents' shed into a darkroom and processed films then for other students. So this kind of fantastic resilience and just ability to adapt, I suppose, has really impressed us. We've had other students making large paintings in bedrooms that have been converted into studios. And we've seen mini galleries in student accommodation, little miniature galleries where students have had to think about ways of displaying their work in a particular way in order to achieve some of what they were looking for. And in fact, I feel that nothing was compromised here in terms of what students achieved. They simply just kind of changed how they did what they did in a way, and it certainly came out just as good, I think. Maybe different, but and I think in some cases actually even better, because some students produced work that was work that they wouldn't have had a chance to produce really if they just continued in the studio. For us, I suppose it was interesting to see as well the use of social media platforms. This, I suppose, replaced studio culture in a sense, and we had students sharing ideas, exchanging ideas, I suppose communicating, showing their work in their Instagram forum and pages, and this was a way as well to keep us, I suppose, up to date and just knowing what they were doing, and we were able to see it. And I suppose they really had to take on this opportunity for an audience in this sense as well. I suppose normally they'd be gearing themselves up to a physical show where they would have had a physical audience. Now the audience has changed. I think they're just as interested, but I think they can really see, and we can see ourselves, the value in the likes of Instagram and various social media platforms, and how this has become like a really kind of exciting way, I suppose, really. I mean, I just again want to emphasize how impressed we are with all our students in terms of their achievement here, and we want to really share with them on this day. This is their day. This is their big day, as always, with their parents and with their friends and with their family. And we really want to congratulate them and say, how well they've done, and how impressed we are with them and how proud we are of them. And we think really they have really shown us how able they're going to be to adapt to situations or any kind of situations in the future. And this is certainly a kind of role that artists have to take up and have to be willing to, I suppose, rise to the challenge of, in that sense. So anyway, just a big congratulations and a major well done from all of us to all our students.
Hi there, my name's Ken Coleman and I teach at Clonmel Digital Campus in Game Art Design, Creative Media and Design and Animation. 2020, it's been an extraordinary year, very different to any other graduating year so far. I just want to say congratulations to all our students on their initiative, their creativity, their diligence. It's been a very strange road, and they have come through very, very well in terms of having to work online, finding new ways to be resourceful. I think the work will speak for itself. You don't really need me to harp on about it. The only thing that I will say is, and I'm quoting Stephen King, he said, "Talent is cheaper than salt," and the only thing that separates talent from those who are successful is hard work. And I think the proof is in the pudding when you see what our students have created this year. One of the senior lecturers here in Clare Street once told me that we're doing our job well if our students come out better than us. And from what I've seen of our fourth years, they're certainly well on the road to doing so. I wish them all the best in the future, and congratulations.
The well-worn phrase, "may you live in interesting times," certainly applies to the graduating class of 2020. Over the past 4 years, a tidal wave of societal change has swept this country, from marriage equality to health autonomy. Film and music professionals across the land have been at the forefront of this movement, and as graduates of LIT, you join an active, progressive and courageous community of designers and film and music makers. Welcome on board. I now ask one more request. Keep going. Don't stop challenging the societal or cultural status quos. As you graduate from LIT, you're joining a team of alumni who continue to challenge societal norms. As we adapt to the post-viral environment, you will be at the forefront of creating a more just and tolerant society, designing and implementing smarter and more equal work practices, and not just shine a spotlight on protecting the natural environment for future generations, but actively engaging in doing so. No, you're not having a physical showcase, and no, you're not having the big party to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements with the support of family and friends. But you know yourself in your hearts, as we do here in LIT, the enormous achievement you have fulfilled. So mahu. Take some time to reflect on this momentous achievement. You certainly deserve it. You have been called to duty again to use your talents in a multitude of alternative paths that was perhaps not part of your original post-graduation plan. Your community needs you now more than ever. Take what you've learned and exercised over the past 4 years and use your creativity, ingenuity and sharp edge to shape the future direction of the creative community nationally and internationally. Now this might seem intimidating at first, but the courage and drive that you, the class of 2020, have been called upon to demonstrate over the past 4 years has been unprecedented, and you have met with and exceeded in that challenge at every opportunity. So with the class of 2020, I am assured the film, music and design professionals graduating from LIT are well placed to drive the future direction of the creative industries nationally and internationally. Continue to be brave, be kind to yourself and others, and take some time to reflect on the outstanding accomplishment of not just completing your degree, but most importantly, learning to work together as a creative community, helping each other along this path to graduation. Together we are stronger. And the class of 2020 will be the leaders in designing new ways of working, and for that I wish you all the best. Traditionally it's said that your professional career starts after graduation, but I beg to differ on that. It started the first time you stepped foot on LIT and joined the LIT community and made the career decision to excel both creatively, academically and technically in your chosen career path. And for that I congratulate you for your drive, resourcefulness and will to exceed, which, as a graduate of LSAD, you have. So, mahu agus go n-éireann bóthair leat.
It would have to be said, of all the colleges in the Limerick area, the Limerick School of Art and Design would mean more to the local business community than most other colleges. Whether it's shopping and supporting the many vintage clothes shops in the city, or exhibiting their work in the local galleries, the students are well known for eating in the many family-run restaurants in the city. And the students have brought life into the many bars, nightclubs and live venues in Limerick City.
Hello everyone, I just want to wish you all the very best of luck as you graduate college and head out into this extra crazy world of ours. I had the great pleasure in working with many of you on the new Limerick brand this year, which is all about the edge and embrace of Limerick, and I can think of no better representation of that attitude than Limerick School of Art and Design. My job is to sell Limerick both nationally and internationally, and we always reference the incredible alumni from LSAD. I'm pretty sure that many of your names I'll be referencing as well over the next couple of years. So while I know it's going to feel a really strange graduation for you this year, and you're probably not going to be coming out of this place looking for a gravy chip at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, I hope you've had a fabulous time studying in Limerick, that you've made incredible memories from the city, and most of all, I hope you really have made lifelong friends. So take care and stay in touch.
Oh, hi there. Am I the kid? And just Just replacing the wheel and the pram there, pram full of chocolate. I just got the new alloys in from Japan, do you know? Class, rapid. Just want to say hi, Noni here. Want to say hello to all the people doing the graduate show there in Limerick School of Art and Design, LSAD, under the umbrella of LIT, LSI, LOL. Very, very special hello here from Noni. And, you know, what a beautiful city. What an amazing college you're in. Look, it doesn't matter you couldn't get into UL. It's fine. You know, the School of Art and Design is grand if you never want to get a proper job, right? So keep up the great work. Doing your drawings and your design and all that. If you could design me a rear axle for the pram, I'd be much appreciated. Anyway, have an amazing time, kid. And remember, as I always say to people creating amazing things in art college, the fork's in the bag, you goal.
The engine room in any art college is the technician's workshop, because that's where students go to source their materials or get help with specialised equipment to finish their work. There's no doubt about it, the students have a very special relationship with the technicians.
Hi guys, you can see here, normally this place is hopping this time of year, it's fairly quiet. We don't have the mayhem that we usually have. We don't have the electricity, and I think everyone misses it. It's been a crazy time, but I think by the looks of what's coming through on the websites and stuff, you have all been fairly busy, you've all kept going, and fair play to you. And losing all that, the access to equipment and materials and the whole lot, and being able to finish out your projects on your own will stand to you and end up, you know. It's a huge achievement. We really miss the whole buzz of you guys being around here, especially this time of year, which is just hectic and electric. We don't have that electricity, we don't have that buzz around, but yous are still here. We do miss the big mad proposals, asked to hang stuff from ceilings, asked to hang stuff off the outside of ceilings, the inside of painting rooms black. By the way, the answer would have been no, we cannot uproot the chestnut tree and put it in front of Sean's desk. I'd say we know who we're talking about there. Okay, so we are going to have to mark this day at some stage. We're going to have to all get together at some stage. So here's what I'm going to propose. In 2014, during the City of Culture, we organised a big get-together. It was called the LSAD Big Weekend. I propose we do that again, and I'm coming after the President, I'm coming after the Dean. I'm going to shake you upside down, get a few quid out of you, and we will have that bash. I'll see you all there. And sparks will fly.
We'd like to thank you very much for tuning in to this year's Grad Show of 2020. Just to remind you, if you'd like to view the work from any of the students, you can see it on www.lsadgraduates.ie. And finally, we'd like to give a very special thank you to our final contributor, a man who is a past pupil of LSAD and no stranger to the students. Blind Boy.
How are you getting on? My name is Blind Boy Boat Club, and I'm an artist from the internet in Limerick. And first I want to just give a really warm congratulations to all you at LSAD. Fair play to you under the circumstances. I'm a former student of LSAD myself, and LSAD taught me the importance of... LSAD gave me the space to explore the importance of failure within my creative process, and that's what I want to give you a little message about today. As you go out into the world now, as artists, creatives, designers, whatever you want to call it, learn to include and embrace failure as a part of your process. Welcome it in, invite it in, because fear of failure, the fear of failing, the fear of appearing like a failure to yourself or to your peers or to other artists, that's what prevents us from truly realising our creative visions. That's what stops that beautiful feeling inside of us known as flow, that enthusiastic feeling, from getting out of our bodies into what we call a piece of art. The fear of failure prevents that. And how do you stop the fear of failure? That's a complex question. What I've found is useful is never define your value as a human being by how good or bad you are at art or at design or whatever. Your creative output, it's merely an aspect of your behaviour. It doesn't define your value and worth as a human being. If you do place your worth and value as a human being into how good you are at painting, how good you are at designing, how good you are at photography, if your self-worth is placed within that, and your self-worth is placed within how other people see you as an artist, then there's quite a lot at stake in that situation. I'm failing right now. I don't know if you can hear the ice cream man going past my gaff. That's a bit loud. Okay, he's gone quiet now. I don't want the ice cream man finding out about my lessons on failure. But anyway, look, embrace failure as part of your creative process. When failure comes in, include it and bring it into what you're doing. On a long enough timescale, there's no such thing as failure within art and creativity. I've had many things which have been classed as failures, but all they were is lessons that improved my skills and abilities, and I didn't make those failures again. I improved on them, and they eventually turned into successes, so therefore they're not failures. There is one failure. The failure of doing nothing because you were scared to try. If you simply try and make a balls of it, that's not a failure because you attempted, you tried. But when you're scared of trying because failing means feeling like a bad person, you got to conquer that stuff. So best of luck to you. Thanks for having me. All right.